Welcome to Runegistics. I make fast guides here designed to help you accomplish an old school RuneScape goal or task as quickly and efficiently as possible. Today's walkthrough is for Animal Magnetism. This guide applies to no restriction accounts as well as Ironman accounts. Feel free to follow the inventory tracker, pause points, pre-fight indicators, and transport indicators at your leisure. Before beginning this quest, you'll need to have previously completed the quest The Restless Ghost, Ernest the Chicken, and Priest in Peril. Completion of this quest will require 18 Slayer, 19 Crafting, 30 Ranged, and 35 Woodcutting. To complete this quest, you'll need the following tradable items. You should take the time to gather these items prior to beginning the quest. It makes it so much faster and easier. Some other quick notes here. You have to have a mithril axe. It's the only type of axe that can be blessed during the quest. Also, Moritania legs will not work in place of the Ghost Speak amulet, so make sure you bring the amulet for this quest. As this guide is Ironman friendly, we'll cover a quick path to gather all the required items in the next section. So here's a quick / not so quick way to gather all the necessary items to complete this quest. Animal Magnetism has a lot of very weird and random items that are required for this quest, so let's just try to get them all right now to make it easy. In order to move efficiently through this, I'm going to be using fairy rings, which are unlocked shortly after the start of Fairy Tale Part 2 quest. This is out of the order of the optimal Ironman quest guide on the wiki, but typical Ironmen do complete Fairy Tale Part 1 prior to doing Animal Magnetism. So if you're in that boat of having completed Fairy Tale Part 1 but still don't have fairy rings, I'd highly recommend getting Part 2 started to unlock them. I can't stress enough how helpful it is to have fairy rings available in almost every aspect of this game. With that being said, start at any fairy ring you prefer with any axe, pickaxe, a safe amount of GP, let's say 1000, and runes to teleport to Lumbridge one time. You're also going to need 4 buckets of slime and 4 pots in your bank for now. Don't worry about keeping them in your inventory. If you need buckets of slime, you can buy them from the charter crew members at the ships in Port Sarim. Also, if you have an ectophile available, bring that as well to save on some travel time. Remember to bring your Drayman staff too for the fairy rings. Lastly, bring runes and a weapon for magic casts, as the monsters you'll encounter here are weak to magic. Also wear your Ghost Speak amulet to collect your ecto tokens. To start, use the fairy ring you're at to teleport via code BKQ, which is taking you to the Enchanted Valley. Once you're there, attempt to cut down a tree. A tree spirit should spawn and you can kill it. These monsters have a very high drop chance for mithril axe, as well as a great rune axe drop too if you need one, and seeds, and a whole bunch of really nice things as well. These guys used to actually be a random event and their level scales with yours, so if you're a higher combat level they can hit pretty hard. But you can safe spot these using the shrubs around you, which I do here. Keep cutting down trees and killing the spirits until you have an axe. This can take some time. When the quest asks for something as specific as a mithril axe and you don't have access to the woodcutting guild yet, I mean that's just the way she goes, man. Once you're done, teleport to Lumbridge. Then you're going to run north to the sheep farmer's house and grab a pair of shears off the table. Shear one of the sheep and get its wool. Then you're going to run west and south to the ham hideout. Pick the trap door and enter. Then pickpocket ham members until you get some unpolished buttons. Just like getting the axe, this step can take some time, and there is an alternate version where you go to the dig site and dig using a trowel in level 1 and 3 dig sites until you get buttons. I just find it easier to get the buttons at the ham hideout because it's near a lot of the other things that I'm gathering. Once you're able to get the buttons, polish them, then run back to the Lumbridge Castle. Spin the wool into a ball of wool at the spinning wheel on the 2nd floor. Then head east to the cow fields and kill cows until you have 1 cowhide and 4 bones. Now run to Al-Kharid. Specifically, run to the crafting shop and buy a holy mold there. Then run north to the Al-Kharid mine. Mine 1 silver and then fill up the rest of your inventory with iron ore. I say fill it up because iron ore has a 50% chance to just straight up fail and you don't get any bars. So the more you have in your inventory, the better. Once you're done, run back down to the furnace and smelt the ore you have into 1 silver bar and 5 iron bars. Then, use the silver bar on the forge again with the holy mold in your inventory to make an unstrung symbol. Use the ball of wool on the symbol to make an unblessed symbol. Then, run over to the tanner just north of the forge and tan your hide into a hard leather. Prior to moving on, stop at the bank and grab your buckets of slime and your 4 pots. The next step here is going to Edgeville Monastery to have your symbol blessed by Brother Jared. If you have a combat bracelet or an amulet of glory, you can teleport there directly or close by. Obviously for Ironman, these items are a little bit tougher to get, so here's an alternate option. Head south from the Alcarid Bank through the Shanty Pass and go to the ferry ring near the Calphite Hive. Once there, travel via ferry ring code DKR to Edgeville and run west of the monastery. Once you're there, talk to Brother Jared to turn your symbol into a holy symbol. From here, the last step is getting to Port Phasmatis for your Ecto token. If you have an Ecto file from completing Ghost Ahoy, this is super easy, but Ghost Ahoy is typically not completed by most people before Animal Magnetism, so here's an alternate option. Head back to the ferry ring that you were just at in Edgeville. Once you're there, go to ferry ring code ALQ, which is the Haunted Woods west of Port Phasmatis. This area is extremely dangerous. It's full of leeches and vampires and they're all aggressive, so be extremely careful when you're traveling there. Make sure you have a little bit of run energy just so you can run out of the woods and up to the farming spot. Once you get to the Ectofunctus, process your 4 bones, 4 pots, and 4 buckets of slime to receive 20 Ecto tokens. At this point, you should have a Mithril Axe, 5 iron bars, 20 Ecto tokens, hard leather, holy symbol, polish button. Assuming you already have a Ghost Peak amulet and a hammer, you now have everything you need to complete Animal Magnetism. The only helpful items I'd recommend for this quest are stamina or energy potions, if you have them. Anything to keep you running really. You can also bring 10 more Ecto tokens if you want to purchase an undead chicken for your own keeping. Other than that, nothing major though. Helpful teleports to have for this quest include teleport to Draenor Manor via the Draenor Manor teleport or an Amulet of Glory to Draenor Village. Teleport to the Ectofunctus via the Ectofile or using ferry ring code ALQ. Teleport to the Mortania Slayer Tower via a Slayer Ring, Frankenstrain's Castle Teleport, Carol Teleport, South Graveyard Teleport, or ferry ring code CKS. Teleport to Burthorpe via a Games Necklace or using the Burthorpe Games Room Group Teleport. And teleport to Remington via a House Teleport if your house is located there, or the Rat Pits Grouping Teleport to Port Sarim. Finally, there are no NPCs to defeat during Animal Magnetism. Because of this, the walkthrough is completed using graceful gear. The only specific piece of gear required to complete this quest is the Ghost Speak amulet, so make sure to have that equipped. Other than that, it's recommended to use lightweight or weight reducing equipment to optimize pace. Animal Magnetism can be broken up into 5 separate sections: accepting the quest, gathering the undead chickens, gathering the magnet, gathering the undead twigs, and translating the research notes. Here is the optimal starting inventory for this quest, which will remain on screen and continuously update. To begin this quest, speak to Ava on the west side of Draenor Manor. To get to her, there's a secret door that can be opened by searching the bookcase in the adjacent room. Accept the quest from her and travel to the Undead Chicken Farm, west of the Ectofunctus and Port Phasmatis. There's multiple ways you can get there, all listed on screen, so just select the option you have available. Once you're at the farm, speak to Alice and then speak to her husband Malcolm's ghost in the farm outside the building. You're going to move between both of these NPCs a couple times until Malcolm directs you to the Old Crone, who is just east of the Slayer Tower. Head over to her to talk about making a modified Ghost Speak amulet for Malcolm. Speaking to her, she will give you a crone made amulet. With the amulet, go back to the farm and talk to Malcolm again. There's a pretty funny cutscene that happens here, after which Malcolm will offer you undead chickens for 10 Ecto tokens each. Buy 2 of them here to get the first portion of this quest finished. Now return to Afa with the chickens and talk to her. Move through her dialogue until she asks for a magnet next. Then head to the nearby room in Draenor Manor with the witch and speak with her. She will give you a selected iron for 5 iron bars, along with the instructions on making the magnet. From here, head southwest to the Remington Mine. You need to be in the very center of the mine and facing north at this point, so make sure you look exactly like this. Use your hammer on the selected iron to make a bar magnet. Head back to Ava and give her the bar magnet. After which she will ask you for undead twigs from one of the trees around the manor. Head outside and try to cut one of the trees, which you'll see that you can't. Head to Burthorpe at this point, using whatever transportation method you prefer, and talk to Turiel. He will give you a blessed axe, assuming you have the Mithril Axe and Holy Symbol in your inventory. With this axe, head back to Draenor Manor and cut one of the trees outside to get the undead twigs. Take the twigs back to Ava, where she will ask for the last step, translating her research notes. This involves an extremely simple puzzle, which I will show the solution to on the screen right now. Once you have the notes translated, talk to Ava again and she will give you a pattern. Use your hard leather and polished buttons on this pattern to get a container. Talk to Ava one more time to give her the container, which will then complete the quest.